Hey family, as you can see, my client has come in for some assistance. We have decided that we are going to cut his locks off and just start them again. We're going to start wicks all over again. And as you can see, he's in a lot of distress. He has some wick bracelets going on, and I'm coining a new phrase today. He has some wick nuggets. Wick nuggets are a cluster of hair combined together at the root that is so hard that cannot be penetrated, like this right here, with a crochet needle. It's so hard the crochet needle will not go through. So the first thing we do is we start cutting off his locks. You do not cut off all the way at the hair. You cut into the lock so that you can preserve some of the hair that you will need. But here, as I'm starting to cut, I'm noticing a serious problem. It is a scalp issue beyond any type of scalp issue that I've ever seen. So as you can see, there's a lot of buildup in the locks. This is what it looks like after I cut it off. And once this is done, I attempt to start separating the hair, but you can see what's already going on right now. So here I am starting to separate the client's hair, and I realize that I have to cut up a little bit more just to get into it. And here we go. It's a total snowfall. There is a snowfall going on here. You can already see the buildup, product buildup, sebaceous, whatever you want to call it, coming out. Look at that. It's, oh my God. I don't even know what to say. It's like a whole snowstorm going on here. The snowstorm is a combination of sebaceous, dead skin, product buildup, dust, lint, amongst other things. Now, before you get at me about not having gloves on, I did try to use gloves, but the gloves was tearing. So I just got away with the gloves. The gloves are tearing. But here's the problem. My client is suffering from an extreme case of seborrheic dermatitis. Seborrheic dermatitis is a form of scalp issue. I'm not a doctor, but that is a general consensus and term that we use for clients who have these type of scalp issues. And you can even see from this videos, look at all of those big frosted flakes popping up in his scalp, coming out into his hair. These are the kinds of things that show up in my salon that I have to help clients deal with. Now, ultimately, he wants to start his wick process all over again. Needless to say, we are not. I am not doing that. Right now, I am just trying to separate the locks so that I can get in here and clean it really well. I am not a doctor, nor am I a scalp specialist. So I have directed him that is who he needs to go to from this point forward. Look at this. I am taking it apart, and this is just incredibly, this is probably the most extreme that I've come across. This would be the most extreme that I've come across. And I know it's disgusting, but believe it or not, there are people out here suffering with this issue. A lot of people out here are suffering with this issue, and it's difficult. But the crime that's here is not that the client is walking around with this issue as much as it is the amount of stylists that continue to do his hair with this condition intact. So you, as a stylist, take a client comes in, you see it, and you just said, well, you know what? I'm just going to do his hair anyway, get his money, and keep it pushing. Why are we not recommending clients to go further than what we can do? It's okay to recommend people out. And more importantly, it's okay to tell a client you cannot do a service. Every service cannot be done by you, and it's okay. It's okay to tell people no. It's okay to let them know that a service that you provide cannot be done until they heal themselves, okay? Part of healthy hair involves healthy body, healthy diet, okay? These extreme circumstances and conditions should not be put into locks, because all you're gonna do is cause a lock to have salt and pepper flakes throughout. And that's not cute, nor is it sexy, okay? Now let's take a look inside. I have my gloves on now, okay? So here we have our frosted flakes, or we have our flaked skin. I see a lot of videos where people are scratching at it and pulling it up. I'm pulling this up right here because it's already lifted. But breaking the skin doesn't make sense. Let's take a moment and think about it. When you break the skin apart by scratching at people's scalps, all you're doing is creating open wounds for this bacteria to go back into the scalp, to go back into the follicles, exacerbating the situation and the problem at hand. That doesn't make any sense to me. But, hey, everybody is, who they are. I don't do it. Okay. I don't recommend that people do. But here we have an in-depth look at what's going on. This is what was underneath all of those wicks. This is what's underneath some people's hair, yet and still people continue to do people's hair. When my clients come to me and they're looking like this, I'm trying to figure out who was doing your hair in this condition, because quite honestly, it's not appealing. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. It's quite disgusting. Why would you do somebody's hair in this condition? It's scabbed, it's flaked, it's filthy, okay? It is, look at all of this buildup. This is just taking out 2 or 3 of these, okay? And it's literally falling out of the hair. Now, he has some responsibility. Let's keep it all the way 100. He has responsibility for himself. I did ask him, didn't you know that this was going on? And he said he's been dealing with this since he was a child. And I was like, well, why didn't anybody take you to the doctor? Or why didn't you take yourself to the doctor? The major part of this is self-care. If you do not care about yourself, then this is where you'll end up. And let's be real clear. There are people walking around like this in solid relationships. And my question to them is always, what's going on? No one in your camp or in your family or your loved ones see what's going on, or could advise or recommend you to go see somebody? All right, you shouldn't have to come to this point with me to tell you what's going on. But here I am. My service or my claim to fame is really healthy hair. And if I can't do it, I'm going to refer you out to somebody who can. I did recommend that he go see a dermatologist to treat his scalp. I also recommended him to go get a full blood workup at the doctor's office to make sure everything on the inside of him is going well. Okay? Because this is not just about dirty hair or buildup or sebaceous or dermatitis or psoriasis or eczema. It's a combination of a couple of things that are going on. Okay? And all of that needs to be healed before he can start his Wick journey with me again. Now, let's be real clear. It is quite possible that he will go to somebody else and they will happily put this together. But I told him if he does, he cannot come back to me. He needs to stay with those people who don't care. My clients that come to me, I care about them. And I make sure that everything is good. Okay? Because that's who I am. I can't do it. It goes against my spirit. Nonetheless, I did shampoo his hair with the Seborrheic dermatitis shampoo. I use Glovers. I just happen to keep that on hand for people who come to me in this condition. It's very topical. It's very basic. He needs to go see an expert. And this is after the shampoo. And as you can see, the skin has now lifted up throughout the hair, but it's still on the scalp. Look, it's still on the scalp. The only difference now is that it's moist on the scalp. Okay? These are some of the conditions that come into my salon. And this is what I tell them. Go see the doctor. Okay? I'm the law clinic, but I am not the doctor of scalp issues. And it is imperative that we encourage our clients to do just that, to go see the doctor. Okay? Well, thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for the next episode. Have a good day.